Welcome back to the Lone Star State. Houston, Texas is the home of the 2022 National Collegiate Rugby Women's Fall National Championships. Here live from the Houston SaberCats Stadium. Tim Wilkes coming to you live here with Darian Lovelace and Adriana Mateo. We have this small college semifinal. St. Scholastica and Lee University was our first one. Coming up next, we've got Northern Michigan University taking on Endicott College. Northern Michigan and Endicott have both been perennial powerhouses this year on the D2 side of things, in the small college side of things, and we are looking for a fantastic match here in the second semifinal. Endicott College, the goals there in the blue jerseys, and we'll send it to Darian for some stats of Endicott.
Incredible matchup about ready to happen between Northern Michigan University and Endicott College. Endicott here on the blue and the green have had a long road ahead of them as they took out SUNY Cortland 31-27 to get them there. We see them down in the blue and the white. They were able to knock out last year's finalist in this small college bracket for the National Collegiate Rugby. Next up are players, though, to look out two in the forward pack. Number 2, Caitlin Kane, and number 5, Sarah Kokorin. Both will be very big workhorses to carry out this team, but a fast one in the back, number 15. Jessica Parkinson is also one to watch in the back, headed by captains Cassidy McElhoney and Caitlin Quinn. Head coach Carly Baker. Northern Michigan now in the green and the gold as they get ready to take on Endicott College. They beat York to get here 49-5. Players to watch is the 13th Savannah Strubble and number 9 Rachel Placeway. Both will be very big connected pieces with Northern Michigan, but led by Caitlin Bammel at number 2 as she makes very good decisions here on the Northern Michigan side.
So Lee University have already punched their ticket to the national championship, and one of these two teams will look to do the same here in our second semifinal matchup of the day. Both teams get set for the action. It will be the kickoff taken here from the green jerseys of the Western Michigan North Star Rugby.
Go ahead. All righty, let's start. Blue captain ready! Blue captain!
Getting us underway, the referee,
Green captain!
Rachel Hill, will be our referee for this match. As we get set to go, Rachel Placeway with the kick goes the required 10. And we are underway here in the second semifinal small college matchup. In there to pull this one out comes Gilson. Gilson finds McElhenney. The senior prop takes it forward just inside the 10-meter line. To try here the near side of the pitch. A little backwards pass. Ends up in the hands there of Cardoza. Solid defense from North Star Rugby to start off. This one gets popped backwards and then lost forwards, and we'll have our first scrum of the day here to Western Michigan.
Yeah, again, we saw in the last matchup within these small college teams is just working out the kinks within themselves, trying to be able to adapt and work on those tiny skills such as cutting into the ball is going to be important.
Let's see that break foot out, ladies. Break foot out.
Rachel Paceway.
I need to see those break foot out.
Paceway here to
Break
put this
foot
one in
out.
for Northern Michigan.
Thank you. Crouch. Bind.
Referee says we're good to go here. Ball comes in from Placeway, and it's a strong platform to start off with the first scrum of the match. Placeway to the far side. They'll cut back in, trying to work their way back around the ruck. Find some space here. Good little burst through there from Manor. Into contact over the 22-meter line.
Hold.
North Star Rugby with a good attack to start things off here in the first couple of minutes. Pick and go. Doesn't get much. Scrum half in, so they'll go with another one. Caitlin Bammel. Grad student getting involved there. Placeway look to take this one out to the far side. Nice little return pass. They've got an opening there on the far side. Rebecca Cheeseman around the corner. 10 meters out, gets taken down. Strong counter ruck, blows everything up, but they were off their feet were Endicott. And it's a penalty back for North Star Rugby. They'll take the quick tap. Offload here. In goes Rosales. She's over, can't bring it back. Have another stab at it. Pushing through, there's Hetherington. She can't get over either. Strong fight for the ball here, right at the line.
It's going to be a scrum to blue, 5 meters.
A knock on. Gives the turnover ball back to Endicott.
Just unfortunate. It showed a lot of promise there, but Endicott again showing that they're here to come and play. We see the penalty leading up to this, but also the interchange of play shows a lot of action coming in this first half right off the bat.
See the fly half, Caitlin Quinn getting her hands dirty, trying to get in there, fight off the forward pack of Northern Michigan. So they'll have that put into the scrum. In there from Peyton Gilson. Gilson able to get that one back, but it's knocked forward. Struggle for it.
Lost forward by blue. It's going to be a scrum to green on the 5.
So unfortunate there for Endicott, and it's Northern Michigan will continue to force the pressure 5 meters out with the put into the scrum. Take another look here. Just dropped off the mark there from Caitlin Quinn. Could not hang on to it, and the senior turns the ball back over to Northern Michigan. Rachel Placeway, 21-year-old senior from Plover, Wisconsin, looks to put this one in. And it's taken off the back. Hetherington looks to charge, just a meter out. Denied by the goal defense, and they'll look to take another stab at it. Good tackle, they're over the line.
Nope, hold on. Time is off.
Referee looked like it might have been held up. They'll go to the AR to make sure.
What did you see? So from my perspective, I did not see a clear grounding, so I would consider that held up by blue. Did you see it? Okay, so you did not see a clear grounding by green. Okay, so we're gonna go with held up, goal line dropout. Thank you. Time is on.
North Star has doing a great job executing their offense. They're using their forwards and their backs to get back. It's unfortunate that they got held up, but I think if they keep doing this, they'll keep putting up scores.
That strong pressure will hope to pay off for them here in the long run. Endicott again, the goal line dropout. Must be a drop kick. Just trying to clear the lines a little bit. Nice deep kick. Bounces around a bit. Excellent for Endicott. They're finally able to get possession. Into contact there goes Molly Manor. It'll be North Star Rugby with ball in hand here, about 30 meters out. There's the pick. Interception taken by Endicott. A breakdown. Grace Kenkel, the junior, over the 22, over the 5, and the first try of the match goes to the goals of Endicott College.
13, try awarded. 13, try awarded.
Endicott able to take this one all the way through with that huge interception. We'll take a second look at it. Just a slow ball off the back. Bit of confusion there, tosses it in, and that gives the defense time to come all the way up, and the beautiful pick right in the path of the pass. And Grace Kenkel will take this one all the way through. Kenkel from Whitefish, Montana, able to burst through with speed and take it the distance for the first 5 points of the match. Sets up Tess Merrill. able to strike that conversion true from right between the posts and takes our score 7-0 as Endicott strikes with the first 5 of the match, taking down Northern Michigan, looking to respond here next. Again, we welcome you into this second semifinal matchup. Lee University has already punched their ticket with a big 59-0 win over the College of St. Scholastica in our first match. And thus far, it was all the pressure being put on by Northern Michigan, but then out of nowhere, that big interception completely flipped the game on its head. Endicott back in possession here, just inside their 10-meter line. Able to bring this one back over the gain line. Now space opens up here. Not able to get it all the way out to the wing, but they've still got a bit of room. Able to get it here to the near side. Gemmel stays in touch, or stays out of touch, and able to get this one back in. Another charging run coming through from Carissa Lee.
Roll green. Green.
Penalty awarded, not rolling away the call. As Autumn Post just did not get out of that tackle quick enough. Delayed the pass out, and so we'll have the penalty. They take it quick and are able to march their way back down the field inside that 10-meter line. Now a strong charge from the forward pack brings them up a little closer. They've got numbers on the far side if they can spin it out there through the defense. Able to take another 5 meters past the gain line. As the goals continue, this high pressure here, ball in hand. First time they really had sustained possession. Stubbs takes it into contact. Pass to the outside was a little too far forward, and Caitlin Kane could not hang on to it. Turnover back here to Northern Michigan.
Unfortunate knock, but that was a beautiful set piece after set piece. Multiple phases, and they were gaining yards. I think they're doing a great job on offense.
It's good work with their first few phases of the match. Always nice when you can play that defense sink in and then take it the distance with the interception. We'll see if they can turn the ball back over here after the knock on. It will be possession back to North Star Rugby. Northern Michigan, a tough team in their own right with a couple of big wins in playoffs to punch their ticket here.
Advantage,
Ball was out the back, offsides the call, as the other number 9, Peyton Gilson there for Endicott, was just a little too far forward. Got a little too aggressive there off the scrum. You got to stay behind the ball. And she got all the way around it to cause a little bit of dysfunction. Ding for the penalty, and now a couple of huge bumps coming in from North Star Rugby. Big run through there from Helena Bork. The Moose, they call her, charges forward with her first pick from the match. Good defense from Endicott, doesn't give away too much. Flat-footed reception as they start to get driven back. Endicott able to make the tackle on the second player there. Good one there from Caitlin Kane. It's North Star back in possession with Bammel crashing through. Swinging out to the far side now. Struble, one of the stars of the team, gets it all the way out to the outside for Cheeseman. Bex couldn't get anywhere. Well, Savannah Struble back on the attack. We saw them right up against their goal line, and they were able to make tackle after tackle and push North Star Rugby back. But now Endicott doing it a little as well here in the center of the pitch. Not giving up much. Pick and drive breaks through here for North Star Rugby. That ball was out in the open. They're able to retain possession. Pass off, here it goes again into contact. Nice little rumble through there from Bianca Rosales. She's able to offload. There's some space here on the near side. There goes Erickson. Erickson into contact. Support arrives nicely there. Now the Moose charges through again. Little offload to the scrum half. Finds some space. That'll be Pekic. Pulls this one out. Finds the charging Gariepi. She stumbles into contact though. Again, good phase after phase progression here from North Star as Northern Michigan Still ball in hand. Good job of retaining possession. You see that support arriving each and every time off the tackles. They'll spin it to the far side, try to find some space. Gariepi with the offload into contact. Endicott put a little pressure on the counterattack, but they're happy to just play defense. There's the counter ruck, couldn't get in there either. There's the pick off the side, not guarding their post. Goss into contact as they march their way forward.
Yes.
About 25 meters out now. Over the 22-meter line they go. It's a good counter ruck, scooped up nicely. And well done. Referee Rachel Hill's happy with that one. It's Endicott back on the front foot. They go over the 22-meter line. Try to swing it out. A little bit of a slow ball. Good job on the defensive end, getting up over the gain line and stopping them back. Look to take it in yet again here with Quinn.
No, 7, you gotta have your hands out of there.
Senior bioengineering major couldn't make it either. We'll have the penalty here.
Mark's there. Yep.
And an opportunity for Endicott to relieve some pressure. Again, playing inside their own end of the territory for most of the half, but hanging on to that 8-point lead.
Let's use it.
Into contact they go off the penalty. Just inside their own 10-meter line. Try to find some space here on the near side. McElhenney into contact, but nothing much happening there. They have some numbers here on the near side. Having to tiptoe around that touch line. Able to keep it in nicely. Back out, here goes Gilson. And they'll go with a forward crash here. Caitlin Kane making her presence felt there. Spin it back out. Good job keeping possession. There's the runner coming around the side. Cardoza with the offload. There to Parkinson. Parkinson around the corner. One to beat at the 22-meter line. Shakes her off. Does she have the pace to take it all the way through into the try line? Endicott will increase their lead here with another 5 points and a big try. They're from Sarah Aylwin.
That was a beautiful try from Endicott. I think they were moving the ball beautifully. They were getting to their rucks, which in a game like this, in national championship, you want to get to those rucks and secure them before the other team counter rucks. Because when the score line comes to close, those are where you win the match.
Having the speed and the power there from Sarah Aylwin definitely helps as well as she takes that one 55 meters for the score all the way through. Feet coming out from under, a little bit tired there, but all well earned there for the big try. Tess Merrill, little contact with our cameraman. She's able to shake that one off and drive her second conversion kick through, taking the lead to 14-0. Now Endicott on top. Adriana, it's been a fun match thus far. Northern Michigan with a lot of possession, just have not been able to crack through this Endicott defense.
The defense looks beautiful. They're spreading out appropriately. They're lining up against the offense, and I think if they keep doing that, they're just going to keep getting the ball back, even in the counter rucks or the interceptions, and they're going to keep doing very well.
The big question is, though, can they slow down some of the game breakers here from Endicott? We've already seen some huge tries coming their way. They're able to retain possession there off the kickoff. 16 minutes gone by here in the first half. Our second semifinal here for the Small College National Championships. Tim Wilkes and Adriana Mateo here with you. Is Endicott, they're completely happy to just kind of slow things down, stay in possession, wait for an opening from one of their speedsters here. They'll try the weak side. Charge into contact, a well-done tackle there made from the fly half. Emma Gariepi. Endicott Just trying to use their force through. This one off the hands. Merrill could not hang on to it, and there's the turnover that North Star Rugby was looking for. Rosales into contact over the 22-meter line. Penalty there for offsides. They'll take the quick tap. Placeway looking for some support. Pass a little bit too high. Finally scooped up there by Erickson. Erickson, center of the pitch, shakes off one. Straight into contact with another couple.
You're fine, Blue. Blue, hold.
They're able to keep possession. They slow things down a bit here. Looking for some space on the far side. Savannah Struble, 24-year-old grad student, trying to use her experience to guide this team through. There's a big run through. Hetherington making her presence felt. 5 meters out now. They look to push forward. Just 1 meter out. Able to put this one back.
Hands in,
Looks
Blue.
like possible hands in.
Right here.
And we will bring it back for the penalty.
On the line, Blue.
So Endicott have to stay on the line here. A big opportunity. Placeway will tap this one and look to go. Find her target here. There's the tap. They'll spin it out. Here's Rosales into contact. Big double tackle stops her right in her place. But now they'll come around the corner. Erickson looking for some space. Can't find it there either. Endicott just all hands in right now, defending their own try line. They did it a couple times in the first 10 minutes. They're being forced to put forth the effort yet again. The Moose gets into the action. Bort couldn't get within about 3 meters there. Another pick and go. They find some space. And try awarded. Northern Michigan with their first 5 up on the board. A big try there from Morgan Goss.
Very well deserved. They put a lot of hard work into that try. You can tell by just the pressure they were putting on the defense, so very well deserved.
Only a matter of time. They kept knocking at that door, and Goss was finally able to kick it down and get back into this match. So 14-5 the score, almost midway through the first half of action. As the goals look to regroup there. And Adriana, take us through final steps here.
You know, they're putting a lot of pressure on the defense. They're putting a lot of people in the rucks, and they're making sure that that main forward is getting all that support that he can get, and they executed beautifully. I think if they get another try before halftime, that can give them enough motivation in the second half to keep putting up points and win the game.
Definitely a possibility. Again, they kept pushing forward against Endicott, had done so good defending their goal line, but then they found, they're off the back, just looked up, saw that that post position player that was covering the edge of the ruck was just a few meters off. There was definitely a gap there, and that was all that Goss needed to take that one all the way through for the try. 21-year-old gets her club right back into it. In Northern Michigan, the North Stars as they're called, in the green and white shorts, green jerseys, white shorts. Endicott College with the big EC on the chest. This one scooped up, and they'll try to kick this one out, ends up hitting their own player. That would be possibly offsides there from the wingers, but off the charge down, they might be okay. Let's see what the referee ends up calling here.
Take your time. I want you to take a stop. Time is off.
So Rachel Hill will give us a bit of a break here. That one just trickled out into touch, I believe.
Take I want you to take a nice deep breath in.
Adriana, you've been in this position before. What's it like to try to shake off what are injuries and things you've got to try and get that back on the pitch for your team?
Oh yeah, been there plenty of times. I think just taking a moment, refreshing yourself, and getting back on that pitch and pretending like it never happened is the best advice I'd always give myself and my teammates. Sometimes it's good motivation, honestly, to get kind of knocked down. It's the best way to come back up.
There we go.
Well, you got the strength to do that. Your team will fight for you as well. She shakes that one off, and we're back on.
Line out to Blue.
North Star maybe a little bit lucky there for not getting the offsides call, as that kick ended up hitting the back of one of their own players. But Endicott
think
will put on the
these
pressure
teams-
either way.
Both these teams have a lot of game left, and I think they just got to take every phase with a little bit of patience. And they're playing beautiful rugby, you know? So I think they both have a fighting chance here.
Lost forward. Advantage, green.
Fighting was what they were doing, up in the air to try and secure possession of that ball, but it ended up Northern Michigan in possession.
Hold blue. You're good. Still
Gets
playing
it back
that
to
scrum
her team
advantage.
here.
Use it, please.
There's the kick up over the top. Only about 10 meters, but they're able to put the defense on. So advantage was being played there.
Scrum to green.
And that kick ended up going straight to Endicott, so we'll come back for the scrum down here for Northern Michigan.
Okay. Okay, I'll try to tap as much as possible if that works. This for scrum? Okay, I can do that, no problem.
A good referee will have that open communication with the forward pack, make sure everybody's on the same page. Again, safety is the biggest and most important thing out there in these scrums.
Crouch.
So far, Rachel Hill has done a fine job managing things. This one put in, and we're going to have this one back up right away. Things started to fall apart quickly.
We'll reset that. Reset that.
Come on, ladies, roll out your scrum. We got it, ladies.
I'm gonna reset that. Okay. Let's keep that nice long bind on binds, okay? Yep. Got it.
We got it, girls. 1, 2, 3.
In this Northern Michigan squad out of the Great Waters Conference,
Foot. There we go.
sitting at number 2 in the final coaches poll a few weeks ago, as they were able to take down Calvin and York. York in the quarterfinals.
Nice long binds. There we go.
49-5 was that score. Northern Michigan has the ability to put big points up on the board.
Hold
Right
line.
now they trail 14-5.
Yes.
Off the back, Placeway gets this one off. Kick up over the top by Struble. Decent distance on this one. But Tess Merrill is able to secure possession. She's looking to go all the way to the far side of the pitch. Couldn't get there. Big tackle there from Struble. Endicott still in possession as things start to take shape yet again. There's the pass off to Stubbs. Stubbs over one. Good counter ruck, but they're able to secure possession again. Off to Van Amberg. It's got to be a little quicker. North Stars are really they're itching for that poach and turnover. And this one flipped back, but definitely off the hands.
Scrum to green.
Just got a little too aggressive and tried to pitch that one off with the offload during the tackle,
Time is
and
off.
Peyton Gilson could not hang
We have
on.
injury on the field. Check with medic quick. Just go check with medic real quick.
Take a sec here, and as I'd mentioned before,
Sorry.
it was Northern Michigan with a big 64-0 victory over Calvin, and then, of course, turned that one right back around again, and were able to come with a 49-5 win over York. And both of those squads were ranked nationally. They shown their prowess to be able to take down anybody. They're down by 9 here, so still a lot to be done. On the other side of things with Endicott out of Beverly, Massachusetts, out of the Colonial Coast Conference, finished number 3 in the coaches poll.
Scrum to green. Yes.
Again, last year, they were able to, earlier in the year, they were able to take down the number 1 seed, SUNY Cortland, earlier in the year, and that was a huge 31-27 victory. They came back, and Endicott were able to push their way through. So both these squads have been tested throughout the year and are ready to rock and roll here in our second semifinal matchup at the NCR Women's Fall National Championships. This pass out the back there from Placeway, a little bit off the mark, finally scooped up by Rosales, showing some moves around one, over another. She's finally, still on her feet. 4 or 5 tackles to finally bring her down. It's Bianca Rosales, the 22-year-old, making her presence felt out on the pitch. Trying to swing it out to the far side, but Endicott did a really good job coming up as a full squad. fringing out to the far side of the pitch to not let any gaps in. There's another breakthrough. Gariepi through the defense, just a few meters inside their own half of the pitch now. We've seen this extended phase after phase rugby. They'll take it slow, march their way down the pitch, and it worked out for them last time as they scored the last try about 10 minutes ago now. Out the back, looking for some space here near side. Beautiful little dummy pass and into contact. Over the line they go. Strong work from Gariepi there. The fly half showing off some skills. Back in goes Hetherington, dragging 4 defenders with her, finally down into contact. Slow and steady here for North Star Rugby. There's the stab kick through. Merrill's going to be able to have time to scoop this one up. She's pressured immediately though, and forced to just take this one down. Some good pressure from North Star, and they're keeping it on here, trying to keep Endicott inside their own half of the pitch. Endicott will slow this down a bit before popping it out to the outside. Good use of hands all the way to the corner, out to the wing. That's ends up being out into touch there, knocked on. And we'll have a scrum down back to Endicott here. Oh, no, we'll switch it back. Endicott with the knock on.
You have an injured player that walked off. You may have a sub. Time is off.
So 13 minutes left to play here in the first half. Northern Michigan with only 5 up on the board. The big interception from Endicott had the first 7 up on the board for the goals of the big interception, and another 55-meter try just after that as well from Aylwin. So we'll see what Northern Michigan has left in the tank here for the second half. And as you'd mentioned, Adriana, just trying to stick with their game plan, just phase after phase rugby, march their way down the pitch. It paid off once, and they're looking to make it happen again.
Oh yeah, they're putting a lot of hard work into every phase, paying close attention to detail as well in those roughs, and I think overall they're doing a great job. After the kick, they had to do a couple of defensive plays, but I think they'll get the ball back and they'll start, or now they have the ball back, and they'll be able to kind of work off that hard work that they just set on their foot.
Thank you.
Time's back on.
Crouch.
Under 13 minutes left to play here in the first half.
Up. Yep. I wasn't quite happy with that stability
Rachel Hill,
there.
not too happy with how things were setting up initially.
Let's try that again.
So we'll just try it again now. Both teams pretty evenly matched thus far in the scrums. See if Northern Michigan can exert their force here and take one against the head.
Bind. Better, ladies. Set.
Northern Michigan actually just going to be able to retain possession. This one starts to collapse, but they already had the ball there, just couldn't get it out in time.
We'll reset that one more time. Unplayable.
And we'll have it again. Remember, stay tuned, folks. After this one, we will have Wayne State taking on Marquette, and then followed by University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire taking on Roger Williams, as we'll step it up into the D2 side of things up next. But right now, we have got a good one on our hands. 14-5 the score, with Endicott in the lead, but Northern Michigan ball in hand now. Second offsides call on the opposition scrum half. Gilson just getting a little too aggressive. No advantage gained, so we'll play the penalty here. Again, off those scrums, the opposing scrum half has to stay behind the ball. Just wandered a little bit too far forward offsides the last couple. Now the attack in from Gariepi. Been very consistent so far. To the outside, Rosales with the offload. There's Struble. Actually, no breaking through. There's Harris Harris taking it all the way in for the try. And just like that, Northern Michigan punch another 5 up on the board and get back into it.
That was all from grit and just putting in that work each phase. I was just going to mention right before that they're being patient enough and they're working with each player with their own strengths, and then all of a sudden that happened. So they executed very well there.
Harris just right in between two defenders, splits the defense, and then has the speed to finish it off. I believe she came into the match as a late sub here, making her presence felt right away with the huge take. That's exactly what they needed to push through this Endicott defense, continue their march back. Freshman Molly Maynor out of Chelsea, Michigan, boots this one right through. Takes our score 14-12. See just a big bump right in between the two defenders. Had nothing for her, no wraps, just ran right through it and then had the speed and the wherewithal to touch it down for North Star. You see the passion coming from her fellow players out there. As we again welcome you to the College Rugby Championships. Great to be part of the National Collegiate Rugby, putting this on for the second year in a row here in Houston. Endicott will start things back off again with the 2-point lead. 9 minutes left to play here in the first half. Good take from Pekic. Northern Michigan. Rosales, who had that beautiful offload for the try, and the last one continues to show off the skills. Now running through people. 1, 2, 3, 4 to finally get her down. She's got the good hands to make the pass, but can also run straight through you. There's the try scorer, Guinea Harris. Couldn't wriggle away that time. I'll take it back up with Goss. The other try scorer burst through the defense. Sideways action there, and they'll be brought behind the game line on this one. Strong tackle from Cassidy McElhenney. McElhenney sees this one go right by her, though, and a big run through there from Gary Eppy. Rosales again into contact, 3 to get her down. Support just in time to secure possession. This is what they do, just phase after phase. They'll continue to pound it in, not killing themselves with mistakes. Huge drive through on the counterattack. In from the side is the call, and the penalty awarded here for Endicott. They'll take the quick tap and come around the corner. Didn't look like they were back fully 10, but we'll play on. Endicott still in possession. Wasn't coming out of there quick enough, not rolling away the call. There's another quick tap, just not from the mark that time. So we'll finally take a breath and slow it down.
I gotta be able to see it, darling. I know, you got excited. No worries. Not rolling. Go ahead.
Got our drone shot here. There's the quick tap through the hands of Van Ambro. This one lost. Looks like Endicott's able to retain possession, though. Pulled out of there by Gilson. They've got numbers here on the near side, but that one just went forward. Caitlin Gemmel looked to have eyes for the try line around the corner there, but did go forward, so we'll have a scrum here to Northern Michigan.
Scrum to green. Scrum.
So we'll take a look at the replay here. Just a solid tackle. And again, that's the sub, Guinea Harris, coming in, making that well-placed tackle, forcing the forward pass. Now gives North Star Rugby the put into the scrum, down by 2 with less than 6 minutes left to play here in the first half.
Set.
Tim Wilkes and Adriana Mateo coming to you live here from Aviva Stadium, beautiful Houston, Texas. Our semifinal number 2 underway. Rosales around 1 or 2. Still on her feet. There's the beautiful offload pass. Gets it there to Gary Epi. Gary Epi over the 22-meter line. Merrill gets a hand on her, takes her down 5 meters out. Fantastic defense there from Tess Merrill. The last line stays secure. High tackle though.
Right there.
Gives another attacking penalty opportunity. 10 meters out here for North Star Rugby. They've scored the last 2. Can they punch in a 3rd consecutive?
Rosales is doing a great job breaking that line and keeping that defense on their toes, and she's giving those offloads and it's creating so many tries for this team.
Looking for their 3rd in a row here. 6 meters out now. Another smash through. Autumn Post getting involved. Endicott doesn't mind playing the defense down here. This time, little fake pass from the scrum half. They'll take it off the side with a pick and go. Morgan Goss, who scored 1 earlier, just a couple of meters away. But another big tackle from Cassidy McElhenney, the big prop for Endicott. Been laying hit after hit here. There's the counterattack. They're able to get over, but off their feet were Endicott.
Gotta keep your feet, ladies. Yes.
Quick tap and we'll take it again. Rosales steps through one tackler, still on her feet, leans forward, but she's just inches short. Drops this one off, taken in by Pekic. She gets denied as well. Pass to the back, trying to step through a couple there. Erickson back into contact, and Erickson was hurt earlier, playing through the pain, fighting to get her team through to a national championship. Taken off the back again, Hetherington, denied. Another pick and go. Looking for some space here is Belot. She is stopped just a few meters short.
Yes, that's fine.
Ruck is formed, good drive through, and now they're able to take it away. Endicott. Cassidy McElhenney, I believe, was able to push through that counter and leaving a little bit of pressure here. Molly Manor finally scoops this one up, sees some space on the far side, has to get around one, but Elwin makes the big defensive tackle. Elwin had the huge interception earlier in the match. Right now, these counter rucks for Endicott are coming through strong. They were off their feet that time. Gotta stay on your feet, says the referee. Couple in a row there for Endicott. They've got to play a little bit smarter with this. There's the quick tap. A little over 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Can Northern Michigan punch through and take the lead with a try? There's the previous try scorer, Guinea Harris. She gets stopped at the 10-meter line. They'll pick and go to the first try scorer, Mo Goss.
That's fine. Green, not releasing.
So another counter ruck and a poach earns themselves the penalty, and there's the quick tap. They'll take it straight into contact. Van Ambro, the senior criminal justice major, over the midfield stripe.
Whoa. Not releasing.
Pushing forward, and now it's back the other direction. Both teams getting the same call back-to-back there. There's possible knock-on. They'll play advantage here. Endicott, ball in hand over the midfield stripe. Trying to find some space near side, but good job closing that door by Erickson. Taking it off the back, Cassidy McElhenney. Shoved off. 10 meters out. A little over a minute left to play here in the first half. Little fake to the inside. We'll go weak again. Caitlin Quinn out of Salem, New Hampshire. Pushes forward a few more meters for her squad. There's a drive on the near side. Ashley McElhenney, sister of Cassidy, making her presence felt in there from that flanker spot. Now they'll spin it all the way outside. They've got numbers. There's the trail. Couldn't hang on to it. Come back for the penalty. Offsides was the call. So referee Rachel Hill right at the spot. Less than 30 seconds or so left to play. Big opportunity for Endicott to extend their lead. Van Ambro with the offload to Kane. Kane almost driven into touch, gets rid of it, but not in time. And so with about 20 seconds left, it'll be a line out here for for Northern Michigan.
39-19. This will be last play. Last play, ladies.
Hear the announcement there from Rachel Hill.
Hold blue.
Almost there, one final opportunity. This one not straight the
Not
call.
straight. Blue captain, scrummer line out. Line out.
Not something we can end the half on, so we'll switch positions here, and it'll be Endicott with the put in,
Same total,
with the
ladies.
throw,
Thank you.
up by 2. Final play of the first half.
Yes.
Early lift there. Endicott
They've engaged.
formed the
Get to
maul,
ball.
and they look to drive. Out the back goes Gilson. Over to the far side, Cassidy McElhenney moves in, tries to take through the defense. Nothing going. About 15 meters out now, Endicott trying to put their final stamp on the first half. Last 2 tries have been scored by Northern Michigan, and they're able to take it back away. There's space there on the far side. They try to unload it. Couldn't quite get it off. Again, final play here. Next whistle should be the last stop. This one knocked forward. No advantage played. Should do it.
That's gonna be
There it is. That'll take us to half. Our halftime score, 14-12. Endicott College with the first couple tries. They're able to hang on with a 2-point lead. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have the second half of action coming back here in a few.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum.
Good morning to you, rugby fans. Welcome to beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana. We have 7's rugby action coming for you all day.
Blow up the spot, then we run it. Ready or not, here we coming. Somebody better say a prayer for me. Tonight
Handles that one, finally moving out. It looks like they are in the try zone again, extending their lead.
In our game, we play with our hearts. We don't play with sticks, bats, or gloves. We don't wear shoulder pads or helmets. We keep playing when it hurts. And we leave everything on the field. What we wear must be built for our game.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit.
Matchup. Welcome back here at Viva Stadium, the host of the 2022 College Rugby Championships, here with NCR Rugby. Endicott right now on top by 2, 14-12 your score in our second semifinal matchup. Lee University already punched their ticket, and they are looking to see who they will play now. Endicott again up by 2. They scored the first 2. Northern Michigan scored the second 2. So an even matchup here as we enter the second half. Tim Wilkes joined by Adriana Mateo. And Adriana, we had a fun first half. What do you see forming here as we start the second?
Scoreboard is close. I think on Endicott, they're playing an amazing game. They're relying a lot on their fly half. Caitlin Quinn, who's doing a good job organizing her players. On offense, I think it all comes down to who has the most grit, who's going to pull out of this game, and I think both have the potential to.
I tell you right now, Bianca Rosales, the senior, has been making her presence felt out there throughout the match, the big number 12, and now it's the other try scorer coming through, Jenny Harris. Already had one on the day, big counter up, pushes through. But it's Northern Michigan that's able to retain possession. Endicott continuing those strong counter-ucks here in the second half that paid off for them there in the first.
You're fine, Blue. Use it.
Take their time here. Drag this one back out. Maddie Young gets us going again. Forward says the referee. It's scooped up. Endicott in possession now. Swing it out here. Gilson all the way, tried to take it to the far side, but Gemmel just could not scoop it cleanly. And then a strong tackle coming through. Erickson making the hit. They were off their feet, trying to compete for that ball in the ruck.
Right there.
Lone Star referee Doug Corrigan has the number 4 out there. Referees from all over the country converging here to Houston, Texas. And a line out here for Endicott off the penalty.
One green off. Sub.
Looks like
Time is
Autumn
back on.
Post will be coming off there for Sam Pizzo, the sophomore.
Thank you.
Good work there. You see the family and support there from each team. This one straight enough, says the referee. Will push through. Endicott trying to get this one out cleanly, but a huge counter ruck just blows everything up. Almost able to come away with it, but finally it's going to be a knock on. So scrum down here to Endicott to get back into it.
Over here, ladies. No, you're good. Right there.
1, 2, 3. Seconds.
Final coaching words here from the sideline. Carly Baker.
Let me see those break foot.
So it's Tina Nesberg, the coach there for Northern Michigan. Trying to get her ladies play up a bit of a level here. They're down by 2 in the beginning of the second half. These scrums have been pretty close. Easily taken out the back that time. Here comes Stubbs. Stays in bounds. Big competition for it there, but not rolling away is going to be the call, and a penalty awarded to Endicott.
Yes.
Thought about the quick tap, but they'll take their time with it. Give this one a boot out into touch. Well done. And we'll have a line out there from about 30 meters out for Endicott. It's been a good 30 minutes since we've seen any points up on the board for Endicott. Adriana, what do you think they need to do to be able to strike first here and extend that lead?
Blue, it's yours.
I think they just need to keep on pushing. At times, you can get too patient on the line. I always talk about patience, but sometimes you can get too patient, and you need to have those players ready to take that bold move and break that line, or kind of go out of our system a little, or their system a little bit, and break the line, do something different, something new that the other team isn't expecting. That's going to get them past the defense line.
And you see the replay here. Second time we've seen this full football pass trying to hit the back person in the line out behind the lifters. But just a little off the mark, not straight, says the referee. So we'll come back here.
Time is back on.
Northern Michigan had their choice. They could either have the scrum down or have that line out again. They have chosen the scrum. Again, nobody has really showed their dominance just yet.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Ball gets put in and a huge shove from Endicott.
Green.
Started to say nobody was dominant, but that was extremely dominant there, and they earned themselves a penalty as they force the drive and force the collapse scrum, earn themselves the penalty. They'll pick and drive, or quick tap here, off the penalty, straight through the defense. Van Amberg has been steady with those quick taps, charging through.
Backwards.
They like to have her on those restarts. Here's the quick cut back inside by Kenkel. The offload to keep things moving. Strong tackle, though, from Guinea Harris. Slows it back down. Again, Endicott inside the 22-meter line here of Northern Michigan. They've got numbers there on the far side of the pitch. Around the corner, here goes McElhenney with the offload. Gets it to Kane. Kane with the bump at the 5-meter line. Taking the deck, they'll come trying to come around the corner. Van Amberg just a couple meters out. Here's another drive through, looking to get low, but Marconi gets denied. We saw Endicott playing on their back end for most of this, but this time the goals strike forward. get through, and it's a big try here, the first of the second half. Caitlin Quinn gets it on the board. The senior from Salem, New Hampshire, extends the lead for Endicott.
I mentioned it before, she does a very good job at organizing her offense. They did a textbook phase here. They brought all the defense into the middle of the field, and then they brought it out to their wing, and then there was a bunch of holes, and there's the way she can capitalize there beautifully.
Just with the huge dummy, extends that defender. I think that was Mo Goss. Just got taken by the fake, left a big hole behind her, and Endicott come through with the first 5. Again, they were shut out the last 30 minutes of that half, having to play a lot of defensive rugby. They come out here in the first 5 and get the first try with the conversion as well. Takes us now 21-12. Northern Michigan, a lot to play for here to continue to push forward and get back in it. Second semifinal of the day here in the Small College Women's National Championship Series. Lee University punched their ticket with a big win, as we see again here. Off the back, just huge dummy, opens up that big gap, steps over the last defender, and eyes for the 5 the whole way. Big try for Caitlin Quinn. North Star Rugby looked to shake off that one. And they were down 14-0 early, fought back to get within 2. Ooh, this one knocked forward. So a mistake by the goals. Set up North Star here in an attacking position. Look to strike back quick. Take a second look here. Just hits that backhand. Pops forward. It's unlucky. Not a ton of breeze out there. About 70 degrees. Beautiful day here in Houston. Definitely a little humid if you've ever been down here. Southeast Texas, that's what you get. The pitch has dried up. A beautiful playing surface here for the Small College semifinal. Strong counter ruck, but Northern Michigan did a good job retaining possession. Here to Rosales.
No, that's obstruction.
Obstruction there. She just cut back inside. A little bit of miscommunication. Gets the penalty back to Endicott.
Yep, that's the mark.
Strong boot there from Quinn. Finds touch. Take a look at the obstruction. There's the pass, and then just right in behind the defender. Just snuck forward. Caused it to be way too difficult to make that tackle. So a penalty awarded. Off the kick. They progress their way down the pitch a bit, but still in their own half. It's the Endicott College Gulls out of Beverly, Massachusetts. Look to continue forward here. We saw the great defense in the first half. Things opening up on the offensive end now in the second.
Playing that advantage, offside, green.
Here, advantage being played there from the offsides. This one goes back. They'll give them a little bit longer, but that knock-on will bring us back to the offsides penalty.
Penalty. Offsides on that line out, ladies. Got to stay that full 10. Mark there.
So Endicott back with it. Van Ambro loves to take those quick taps into contact. She's got the other loose forwards there with her in support. Off of that initial phase, they'll look to charge through, this time with Kane. And a huge counter ruck.
Blue, playing on the
Elena Bork with the big drive. They'll play on there off the quick tap. Referee says continue forward. This one gets dropped. Knocked on. A lot to be played for there. They looked like they were going to break, but another mistake sends the ball back to Endicott.
Green three, sub.
Unfortunate to see because they've played a lot of defense, so I know they're tired. I would be. So the fact they lost the ball, they're going to have to get back to it and use that grit and play on defense again, and just kind of preserve that energy so when they're on offense, they can execute.
See Helena Bort put in a good 50-minute effort there. Gets the big hug from her coach, Nessberg. Sub comes in. See what North Star have left in the tank. Down by 9. Under 30 minutes left to play here in the second half. National championship on the line. Another strong push. Endicott have definitely started to exert their dominance in those scrums. They earn themselves a penalty. They have the advantage all the way to the outside. Parkinson sneaks her way through over the midfield stripe. Finally driven out. But we're going to play the second penalty. So a high tackle was involved in there as well.
Got it.
Allows them to progress even further. Now off the boot of Caitlin Quinn. They'll take this one in for an attacking line out.
Okay. Time off. Captains, can I take off? Quick talk. Quick talk.
And our referee wants a
Ladies,
quick chat.
let's
Rachel
get them
Hill.
high. Let's get them low. Off the shoulders, please. Okay. Go talk to your teams. Please handle it before I have to handle it, okay? I really don't want to handle it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, ladies. Take your time. Talk to your team real quick.
What do you think there, Adriana? Good job managing both teams, making sure that they bring those tackles down, keep things safe.
Yeah, I think she did a very good job handling that. And sometimes you just need a reminder, a warning, and then get the game back and
Time
going.
is back on.
Especially when you're playing a lot of defense and you're just tired. Sometimes the high tackles happen, but it's very dangerous. And it's good to correct it when it happens.
Beautiful pass up over the top. Caitlin Kane with the huge pass from that hooker position. Gets the goals running again. Over the 22-meter line, or excuse me, over the 10-meter line. They look to charge. Delayed pass out to the outside. Beautiful skip pass. Gets it over now to the winger. Able to bring it around. Merrill couldn't get inside the 22. This one, I believe, knocked on. So advantage being played back for Northern Michigan. Just a knock-on advantage, but Endicott continues to knock on the door, playing most of this second half inside Northern Michigan's territory. Placeway sends this one back out. Into contact goes the sure-handed Gary Eppy. Another big run. Pizzo, the sophomore, pushes through. Endicott try for the counter, but they're able to secure possession. Rosales has been the standout here for North Star. Trucks through a couple more. And retains possession.
I love watching
just
her
about
play.
each time.
I love watching her play as a center. I think she's killing it. And sometimes it's like not common for a center to be making such hard runs like that, but it's a beautiful thing when it happens, especially when you can break down that line and cause the defense to rearrange their whole shape.
It's going to be a scrum to blue.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Very nimble out there, being able to make cuts in between players and just fending off any upcoming attackers. So we will have the knock on though. So Northern Michigan was unable to get out of their own half, and it'll be Endicott with the scrum down in an attacking position to look to extend the lead.
Big drive, big push. Big drive, big push. 1, 2, 3. 6 seconds.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Put into the scrum here for Endicott. In there from Gilson. They're able to hold firm, get this one out the back clean.
Backwards.
Off pass, went back, says the referee. Finally picked up there by Merrill. Merrill looks to swing it out to the far side. Still in possession here. Endicott just a bit out of sorts. That one goes off the mark. Northern Michigan will look to make them pay. Drive through, keep pushing them back. Defense is coming out to fringe here on the near side. Big bump and step through there from McElhenney. Able to return it back. They pull this one out. Defense takes a second to let her pitch it back. And now it's Stubbs with another surge. Good defense here by Northern Michigan. Strong tackle behind the gain line there from Ella Erickson. And Erickson fighting off an injury from the first half, had her in tears, but that huge effort has gotten her back into it and her team. This one poached away, taken in the tackle. Northern Michigan on the front foot. Randy Stradinger into contact. Good job hanging on to it as Pizzo had to snag that one up from up high. Lost it there before she did not get back to her feet.
Yes, that's fine.
So penalty there with just a quick tap, and Endicott just looked to push through. Support's got to get there quick. They're able to retain possession. And penalty, Jordan Van Amberg is going to take it right up the gut almost every time. And now this opens things up here on the near side. They've got speed around the corner. Here goes Aylwin. She's already got one try. Able to do a good job staying in touch. We'll swing it back, slow it down just a little bit, but McElhenney shows the force yet again. That charging defender messing things up a bit for Endicott, but they're able to break through the gain line, and they've got numbers on the far side of the pitch. Gets it into the hands of Quinn. Quinn trying to suck in that defense, could not get it to the final three out there. Van Amberg is able to do so, gets it into the hands of Kenkel. Kenkel almost to the 22-meter line. Strong counter ruck, but Van Amberg picks it back up again. Endicott so steady in possession. Not too many mistakes being made. They're able to drag through. Stubb. Carolina Stubbs in again. Now they'll swing it here to the near side. Gemmel off to Merritt. Merritt spins out of one. Takes two more to struggle to get her down. She's still on her feet, trying to break through. Off of those two, now finally Rosales has to make the tackle. 5 meters out. Endicott looking for some sort of space, just a little bit of confusion behind the ruck. They get pushed back another 5 meters.
Use it.
A little over 20 minutes left to play. They've got numbers on the far side. Good job sucking in the defense. Out to the fullback. Yes. In Parkinson with the try.
15, yes. 15, yes.
Jessica Parkinson with the big wheels to get around the corner. Good job sucking in the defense there by Kenkel with the offload. And Endicott continue to pull away now, 26-12. Adriana, Northern Michigan has played a tough match, but those two unanswered tries could take things to another level for Endicott.
Endicott has 6.
Oh yeah, definitely. Their defense is very impressive. Unfortunately, they did get scored on, but I think Endicott deserved that wholeheartedly.
Again, as we walk
I'm very
through
impressed with Guinea Harris, freshman from North Star. Not to take away from that try, but as a freshman who's played soccer for 12 years, you could tell her athleticism, her passion on the field.
She was able to make her presence felt early with a try. Earlier in the match, this one off the mark, no good. But again, Endicott just putting the foot down. 2 unanswered tries here in the second half, and they've now got a 14-point lead with less than 20 minutes left to play as they look to secure the final spot in the National Collegiate Rugby Small College National Championship tomorrow. As you see that final offload, good job keeping ball in hand against her opposing fullback just had the strength to dot it down for the 5 points.
Endicott's got a very impressive squad here. They're using everyone on this field, backs, forwards, all accordingly, and executing so well. I think they deserve these last 2 tries, getting ahead. I think they deserve that wholeheartedly.
Parkinson may have gotten the try there, but Grace Kenkel did the dirty work. She sucked in the defense, made that last defender come in to tackle her, and left the opening there for Parkinson to take full advantage. So we're back in play now. Endicott in possession. Again, happy to just retain possession and play with this 14-point lead. They'll spin it here to the near side. Through a couple of defenders. Van Amberg has been a force throughout the match. The 2021 NCR Scholastic All-American, getting it done on the pitch as well. Knocked on there as was tried to be picked up. I think that was Ashley Michelini.
Scrum to green.
Couldn't get it down, so a scrum now to North Star Rugby as they look to get back into it.
Endicott is not putting any foot on the brake here. They don't care that they're up. They're looking at the score 0-0, and they're still putting that aggressive foot forward.
Subs looking for their opportunity to get in there for Endicott. And in a game like this where you know you're going to have to play again tomorrow, I think, Adriana, using almost all those subs, that way you've got a few fresh legs for the next day. Not that they're out of the woods yet, but maybe something to start thinking about.
Oh yeah, it's important playing a double weekend. Get your subs out, get them in that experience, get them kind of getting that content. Content. So when they're playing tomorrow, they're fresh and ready, and they're ready to, if anyone needs to come off at any point tomorrow, bodies are going to be different than today. They're ready to put their best foot forward.
80-minute matches back-to-back is no small feat. Who will be able to have enough in the tank tomorrow? Endicott still with some work to be done, though, to punch their ticket. Good job on the defensive end as they were able to usher Pace and Pekic out into touch. Got the turnover, and now back in hand off the line out they go. Goals, spin it wide. Merritt with a nice pass right into the chest of Kenkel, but could not hang on to it. So a turnover ball right at the 22-meter line with North Star Rugby in possession. See the replay here.
Yep.
Good hands to come through.
1, 2, 3.
Couldn't quite extend it all the way to the far side, so we'll come back here for the scrum.
Seconds! All right, Endicott, big push together. Let's go, girls. Stand, take a step back.
No. Crouch.
Caitlin Quinn, fly half 10 on Endicott, doing a very good job getting that ball out, holding it in as long as possible, and getting it out, drawing that defense. She's doing a great job.
Another good shove from Endicott. Scrum starts to fall apart. Northern Michigan's able to get possession out of it. Big run through them from Gary Eppie. Gary Eppie has really hit the hole hard just about every time she gets it. Hasn't lost possession, doing a great job there from that fly half position, knowing when to attack. And right now she's got her team within about 5 meters from getting back into this one, down by 14 with under 17 minutes left to play. They need to strike quickly. A couple of pick and goes here. Endicott have been defending their goal line multiple times throughout this match. I'm quite adept at it, but right now it's Western Michigan being pushed back again. Couldn't get in there. Pekic got denied. Ends up getting pulled out, but I believe offsides is going to be the call. So they'll bring it back to the 5-meter line with a penalty here for North Star Rugby.
We love to see this aggression from them, taking a break off defense, getting some offense in, and they're executing so well, putting in that grit and that work.
Paceway gets it off to their star attacker. Rosales could not get it in. Just inches away. You see Rosales just with that slow-mo drive, just swimming her way almost through the defense. Good counter ruck, blows this one up, but they're able to get it off, and they're in for the try. Good work from Northern Michigan to keep fighting and keep pushing until they get in on the scoreboard here. Another 5, 17-26 the score.
They are not letting the scoreboard dictate how they play. They're using it as motivation, which is the hardest part as a player, kind of looking at that scoreboard and the time and seeing how much time you have to kind of put that try down. But they're doing so well with it, using it as motivation, and there they go.
So another big score gets them right back into this one. Addie Curran, just a freshman, a nursing major, making her presence felt out there from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Just drives forward and gets low and pushes through. Conversion opportunity, straight and just high enough. Another 2 up on the board, so 26-19 your score. As Northern Michigan creeps right back into it, down by 7.
That's your 4th penalty.
When you really think about it, they still got a lot of time to put another try down, and a lot of time to get some kicks in, get some points on the board. And I think they still got this in the bag. I think they got to keep using this motivation and this momentum.
You see the drive there, straight over the Endicott defense. Just could not bring it down. So now they'll come back and look to respond. Just like we saw in the first half, 2 tries for Endicott, and then Northern Michigan were able to respond with 2 of their own. Same thing here in the second half, 2 for Endicott. 1 up on the board for Northern Michigan, and they can come back and tie this match with a converted try here in the last 15 minutes. Kick up over the top, secured in possession by North Star Rugby. Strong run through Caitlin Bammel, the grad student. Pushes forward. Able to secure possession here. Right at the 10-meter line, and there's the mistake. Exactly what they didn't need. Endicott puts the pressure on now. Van Amberg pushing through. Now Quinn makes the decision to get it out to the centers. Fighting through now is Kenkel. Finally gets taken down, as you said, Adriana. Another strong tackle from Guinea Harris, who's been making her presence felt on the offensive and defensive ends. Here for Northern Michigan, this time it's Endicott all the way to the outside. That one looked forward, and our referee agrees. Rachel Hill blows the whistle, and we'll set up a scrum down here for Northern Michigan.
Scrum. Forward. Scrum to green.
Northern Michigan has got to put a lot of grit, a lot of work into getting this next try. I think they just got to work with every player on the team, not neglect anyone, sideline to sideline. They got to use everyone, and the forwards got to use their power, got to break up the defense. The wings got to use their speed and their offloads, and I think they could play a beautiful game and have an even more beautiful finish.
Crouch.
Just over 10 minutes left to play.
Set.
Rachel Placeway puts it in for Northern Michigan, but they are driven back a little. Well done securing possession, though. Here's to Rosales. Good hands. Gets it off. Nice little offload. Dangerous, but well done. North Star Rugby with the pick and go around the side. Here's Mo Goss. She already has 1 try to her name earlier. There's the strong counter ruck, but they were just off their feet. Tess Merrill tried to get in there. She was off her feet. We've seen quite a few of those. And actually, they're saying Grace Kenkel was the culprit here.
About your 6th one. That's got to be a yellow. Too many diving over. Time is back on.
So now, with 10 minutes left to play, they will play just about the rest of the match with 14 players on the pitch. Can North Star Rugby drive through and get back into this one. Down by 7. Rosales doing everything she can. Scooped up here by Gary Epi. Both those two have been the main forces in the back line. Strong drive. Molly Maynor takes it into contact. Just inside midfield now. Strong run through. They continue to push forward. It's the women from Marquette, Michigan. Down by 7, looking to make something happen here. That ball's out. They need to use it. Scooped up cleanly there from Pekic.
North Star is using that penalty to their advantage. They're not giving up. They're getting their own support. They're doing a very good job executing.
For sure, and with the man advantage here, or the woman advantage, they've just got to keep playing ball in hand. They're going to find openings here and there. They've just got to secure possession. Coming around the side there. Did a good job getting back. No penalty. Charge in from Maddie Young. Senior takes some inches closer. But Endicott still playing that tough defense. This is where we need to see some openings here from North Star. Moving the ball back and forth across the pitch, trying to find that gap. With the one-player advantage here. 9 minutes left to play. National championships on the line here. Pekic, good job fighting for it. In that flanker position, she has been all around the ball throughout.
Blue is fine.
Pass behind just a bit. Harris able to secure possession and get the offload, but a big tackle. Manor gets driven back into her own half of the pitch.
I'm happy with that. No, hands out.
Huge tackle there from Allison Belknap there.
Hands in the ruck.
Hands in the ruck. There's the penalty.
Advantage.
Not 10. We'll play forward again.
Not 10.
Good strategy there. Anytime I tell anyone on my team, take advantage of those fast taps and get them before they're 10 yards. Easy yards there. Textbook strategy there.
You get that second penalty, pushing back another 10, and now they'll look to attack. Here's Harris. Scored one try earlier, looking for some support. No space there on the near side, though, as the door gets slammed shut.
Captain.
Sarah Aylwin, who had one try earlier,
Or
gets it
not
done on
here.
the defensive end.
Scrum or lineup? Scrum.
This one was knocked on
It
into
was
touch,
lost
so the
forward
choice
by Green first.
being given here to Endicott. And they will take
Blue
the
scrum.
scrum.
28 blue.
Endicott's been a little more dominant, but
28
Aviana or
blue
Adriana
off.
let us know, like, this is really tough. They're going to have to bring in an extra player. Or will they go with 7? What strategy would you take?
I've been in this exact same situation. It depends on the ref. I think they did bring another person into the scrum, but sometimes they don't allow another person in. They don't allow someone from the back line. But here, thankfully, they are. But I think that's a right choice. Who knows what this girl that just ran in, her experience, but she took one for the team, truly.
Well, as a former lock myself, all you got to do is get in there and push. We're able to secure possession.
Yes.
With the one-player disadvantage, they continue to push forward. Here comes Carolina Stubbs from that 8-man spot. The senior takes it just up close to midfield, and now they'll spin it out. Merritt with a kick over the top, looking for some space. Secured, though, by Molly Manor, but a strong tackle stifles any counterattack that they were looking for. Now it's Northern
She's
Michigan.
a great kicker. I was looking forward to her doing a little bit more with her kicks, putting a little bit more of a boot on, and I think that's exactly what I was looking for.
Use it.
Able to push him back a little bit, and at this point, that strong defense from Endicott, they haven't given up too many holes, and they've got to stay intact here. Still, one-man disadvantage. There's going to be some space, but the passing from Northern Michigan has to be crisp to get it there. Cassidy McElhenney continues to counter-up as the goals just inflict pressure after pressure here.
That's fine.
Forcing Northern
That's okay.
Michigan to take a good 10-15 seconds just to get possession of it. They're able to do so. Rosales tries with the boot.
Off Green.
Defense was just a little too close. Endicott back in possession. Good job taking it at full pace. Cassidy McElhenney, the captain, Natick High School. Burst through, there's the lock, Burke. Just outside the 22-meter line. They'll keep it close, Gemmel. Off to the near side, there's some speed around the corner. Aylwin already has one try, one to beat. Steps through, and they're in for the try. Got it to center it through, and they get the try. Endicott College come forth yet again. Sarah Aylwin with her second extends the lead for Endicott.
Beautiful try. They did not let having a player down mess them up, mess their strategy. They just played their game, and that's how they got that try.
You called it for sure. I was thinking they would keep it close and just try to retain possession, but they know where their strength is, and it lies in the speed around the corners, and they get another try, extend the lead 31-19 with just 4 minutes left to play in the match. We'll have this conversion kick from straight between the post. Thanks to that strong, smart work to get it back into the center of the pitch. Gives Merritt a little bit easier shot here. Tess Merrill, sophomore out of Greenwich, New York. Has this one go off just to the right as we'll take another look.
You know, I would probably use your same advice. Slow down the game, keep possession, but they did not second guess themselves, and they were like, we're going to get this try.
You see the little pass there, and good work from the hooker getting out into open spaces. Making that final pass was Caitlin Kane, and getting it off to the speedster, Aylwin, who has everything in for this one. Her second try, you see the determination and the smarts to bring it all the way through. Endicott are one step closer to the national championship. Restart here from Placeway. Puts this one into a good spot, but they're able to recover it off the bounces. Endicott. Van Amberg takes it through, and they're able to retain possession. Again, good job always having support around the ball. Forwards have done a good job working hard. And again, they were out of position, but they're able to retain possession by getting back quickly. Driven back a little bit here, but they'll take it back in. Caitlin Burke in. Slow it down a little bit. Try to find some space here on the near side again. Looping around, but a strong defensive effort. Gary Eppie was involved in a couple of those tackles. North Star continue to put on the pressure, seeing if they can cause a little bit of a turnover here from Endicott. But Endicott have played so well with ball in hand, very sure-handed, not too many drops, not too many turnovers, and now they show the speed to come around the side. There's another little offload from Kane. Gets it out to the winger on the far side of the pitch. Parkinson takes it over to the midfield stripe, and they'll continue again. Just no mistakes here from this Endicott squad. North Star are really going to have to put some sort of big effort together to take this one away, because Endicott will not let them have it. Quickly again, back to the near side. Again, only with 14 players, it doesn't matter. Here goes Merrill. Around the side, one to beat, steps to the outside, tries to drag him in, ends up offloading. May have been knocked forward. Play on, says the referee.
On blue, green, scrum.
There it was. So we'll have a turnover ball finally there for Northern Michigan with less than a minute left to play. See Merrill just dragging the defender in, but this one's just knocked forward as Aylwin could not hang on to it. She was looking for the hat trick. They are happy with the 12-point lead they got.
At this point, I would love to see North Star just end on a good note. put all their effort out there, and that's really all you can ask of any team.
Time has expired.
Effort has not been the problem today for North Star. Just a little too much speed on the edges for Endicott.
Crouch.
They've continued to put up points here in the second half.
Set.
17 in total here in the second half. This one squirts out the back. They're able to secure possession. Just going to have to boot this one forward. Clear their lines. And that will do it. Endicott College come through with the 31-19 victory over Northern Michigan, and they punch their ticket into the national championship small college game tomorrow. Adriana, what a fantastic match. What are some of the highlights that you saw out there?
I think they executed beautifully. Like I said before, their rugby is beautiful. From backs to forwards, they did a great job. There's some key players there that really organized the field and made this win manageable.
We'll send it down to Tyler Deutsch with the player of the match back on the pitch. Tyler.
Thanks. I'm here with Tess Merrill, the player of the match. What an unbelievable performance. You've made incredible feats. How does this win feel?
Our team has worked their butt point, and we couldn't have been here without everything. And I'm just.
It's truly incredible. You've been instrumental in the 2 wins to get you to this point in the semi. What does it mean for not you as an individual, but for this team, this program, as an accomplishment?
It's an incredible accomplishment for our team because this is the first time in history nationals we have won.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I'll be watching from the sidelines, and so will we. Congratulations.
Thanks, Tyler. Great work there from Tess Merrill and Endicott College as they are able to get through. They are in the national championship tomorrow, taking on Lee University. We've still got more rugby to come, though. Still 3 matches left on the docket. We've got the D2 semifinal national championships coming up next.
Congratulations, ladies. Nice job. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking